Hello and welcome to our podcast. This is Mike and Jake Gaming. What are we? Mike and Jake Gaming?
Yes.
Yes, that's
Right.
us. And this is our podcast where we talk about whatever we want, any topics that might come up in our minds, and whatever we want to talk about. So you have the topics for the day,
Yeah,
so what are we talking about?
I do. Segways for the win. No.
Segways.
Right.
Mall cop segways.
God, I haven't seen that movie in a while.
What? Paul Blart or whatever it is?
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in a
Fat fuck.
Yeah. Pig. Anyway. Yeah, I did have a few topics. I want to talk about an anime that I made you watch.
Oh my god, it's so fucking good.
Right.
I would put it up there with Attack on Titan, because I love Attack on Titan. It's fucking incredible.
Yeah. It's based around gaming. It's not a... Like, I looked up other animes that were, like, involved being in a game.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a few more. There's, like, Log Horizon.
Right.
That's not dubbed yet. I don't know if it will be. But the anime we're talking about is SAO or Sword Art Online.
Or Amazing.
Yeah, it is.
It's so good.
Yes, it's probably one of my favorites, but it does have a bit of flaws.
Yeah.
That
The jumping around was fucking ridiculous.
each episode having such gaps. It's just...
Like, what he means is, the first episode, you're in the first day where you figure out what everything's gonna happen. And the next episode, a month has passed. And then after that, fucking like 8 months has gone past each time. So it's just hops around a whole lot.
And...
Her.
And it was a split season kind of deal. So it was like 13 and then 12 episodes. And the conclusion for the first part of it was good, but the second part of the season was not that great, in my opinion.
And I haven't gotten to the second part yet.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to watch it now that you told me how bad it is, but I want to finish it.
Don't have your hopes up for it being as good as the first part.
Right.
The bad guy's a fucking creep.
Oh, good.
And
So it's kind of a good bad guy though. Like, you want him to be creepy, so you hate them.
No, he's like perverted creepy.
Oh.
Like you'll see
Good.
when we get to it. He's up to, I think, episode 6.
6 or 7.
We're about to go to the weapon, female swords.
Yeah.
Lady.
The one we were at the episode where there was a killing in the camp, which is not allowed because it's supposed to be. There was a PK in the camp.
Right. What's it called? Fuck. Forget.
Murder in Town.
Well, yeah, the murder in town, but I'm trying to safe zone. It's like a safe zone.
Yeah, and in the show, you're not supposed to be able to murder in a safe zone, but somebody's doing it anyway. So if you haven't watched it,
so you
watch
know,
it.
even
So
though,
well.
Yeah, it's a twist. You'll see.
Yeah, I figured it out.
But after watching that, it made me want to play an MMO again, so I re-downloaded Star Wars: The Old Republic, and I've ranked up, I think, 5 levels.
And I'm trying to get him to play Diablo 3. Because I fucking love Diablo 3. It's amazing. I think it's one... Does that even count as an MMORPG? I mean, technically you can play with other people, but I always play solo because other people just fuck you. They just get annoying.
I think it might be RPG, just RPG. Then
you can play online with other people, but I never have. I never make my games
But it's
public.
also not a free-to-play, so you're also restricting some people. It's kind of... Well, is World of Warcraft considered an MMO?
Yeah, definitely.
Then I would consider Diablo.
Because you can see all the people in World of Warcraft, but World of Warcraft is even more not free to play because that's a monthly subscription. At least with Diablo, you just have to buy it once.
Eve greater than. No.
If only I had a computer that could run it.
I've only had money for a month's year subscription. It's like, I think, $100 so. It's like any other.
Yeah, I used to play WoW, and then it got really expensive. Like, exactly like you said, you can buy like a 60-day prepaid card, I think, for like $30, but it's like, at this point I have time to play it because I game a lot more now. Right. But when I was playing it in high school, it would just get to the point where I really started playing it during the fall and then the spring, and then it got warm, and everyone was like, "Come out!" And I was like, "This is just a fucking waste of money. I'm on it once a week. I'm losing money on this. I could be spending this on other things." So I just stopped. I downgraded to a free account, and that kind of sucked because I was pretty high level. I think I was like level 45.
Did you lose your items that you had?
I don't even know. I don't remember
okay.
because I know it downgraded because I stopped paying for it,
Yeah.
and then I actually deleted it off my computer because it was taking up room, and I was like, I just don't feel like having it. Plus, it was my dad's computer at the time. It was like the one downstairs, you know, like the family computer, whatever. So he was like, "Are you gonna play it?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "I'm deleting it then." So we got rid of it, and then I re-downloaded it like a year later, and I forgot all my password and shit. And I was like, "I don't even care. It doesn't matter." And then I found Diablo, and to be completely honest, I never played Diablo 1 or 2, but Diablo 3 stole my heart, and that's quickly became one of my favorite games, probably of all time. I'll probably play that like in 20 years. I think it's incredible. I don't know if they're going to make another one, though, because Reaper of Souls really... Well, Diablo 3 even put it to an ending.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to ruin it for you because you're going to play it, but Reaper of Souls put it even more to an ending because it's just the bosses that you fight. I already know who you're going to fight in Reaper of Souls, and whether I haven't played yet because I'm poor, but I know that it's going to conclude it more, so I don't really know. I'm not sure.
Right. You brought up a point about monthly subscriptions for Star Wars. There's one payment you could do where you don't sign up. It's just for a month. It's $40
for a
1 month.
So that's like you're getting a trial only for a month, and you're paying $40
because you're not signing up for a monthly thing. For like a year, it's $12 a month. They really fuck you.
Bullshit.
And it is bullshit.
They should do the thing like Netflix. Like, here, give us a whirl, we'll give you a month free, and then if you don't want to continue, then fuck off. But they're going to recognize your credit card.
Yeah.
I think they should just give you a month free.
Because I wanted to...
Isn't that free to play now anyway?
It's free to play, but they really fuck you. You can't trade with other people.
Unless you pay?
Yeah.
So it's pretty much like RuneScape. You ever play RuneScape?
I haven't.
Okay, RuneScape was really, really fun until you got up to a certain point in the game where you needed to become a member.
Now,
you needed membership.
I surpassed level 20, and it's like, yeah, we're going to slow down your XP increase.
So it's almost like an XP cap?
Yeah.
Almost like in Halo?
Yeah, like I'm level 23, but it's taken me maybe a day and a half each to level up.
Wow, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, but level 23, so...
Do you play it that often?
I've been playing it every day for the last week or two after watching SAO.
I've been doing the same thing with Diablo.
Right.
I haven't even touched my console in like 2 weeks just because I fell back in love with Diablo.
Right.
Because I told you earlier, because they raised the level cap.
Yeah.
So I want to get I want to get both of my characters. Wow, just had a stroke.
Right. I
have 2 characters that I mainly play. I mainly play Demon Hunter and a Barbarian.
Yeah.
And since I don't have the expansion, I can't go that high yet. I don't know, because my Barbarian's only level 58.
Yeah.
And I think it used to be 60.
Right.
So I need to get there and see. And then I gotta level up my blacksmith too, because they raised that to level 12, which is pretty badass. And they put this, I don't know if they updated it in it, the update it did it, but I used to never ever get legendary items.
Yeah.
And I did a playthrough the other day. I beat it, I think, I started whole new characters, I deleted my old ones. And on PC, at least, I beat it for the 10th time the other day.
Right.
On console, I've beaten it 12 times.
I think I remember you saying
one of those
that
times Jeff
break.
and I beat it. We beat it 5 times in 36 hours.
Hashtag no life.
Yeah, no life at all. We kept getting better and better equipment though, so we were just like the one of the bosses we killed in, I think, under 20 seconds. It was like that. They couldn't even touch us. I'm
in a guild in Star Wars, and there's like people.
They have guilds in that?
Oh yeah.
I didn't even know that. Yeah. Wow, my voice though. Jesus.
I'm in a guild, and I think the guild is only about like 20 people, and I went on this quest, but I didn't realize it was a group quest.
Oh god.
And you couldn't leave until you completed it. So I was like, please help. So so 2 guys come out, a level 55 and a level 43. They literally took barely any damage. They destroyed enemies like in one hit.
Yeah.
And I was just like, here I am, dying a lot.
Well, I'll be very honest about it. The one time I beat it, and only one time, and then I felt dirty after I did it. Jeff knows how to download modded equipment online and put it on Xbox.
Great.
So most weapons that you're going to have on like a hardcore playthrough on Diablo are going to do, I think the max weapon I have did like 400 or 500 damage.
Right.
The weapons that he downloaded, and this is not a joke, did I think somewhere like 550,000 damage. So like the one boss, his name is Asmodon, and he's like the lord of like sin and hell or whatever, and he's huge.
Yeah.
He's like 3 stories tall,
right.
And it was like battle begin, and like I hit right trigger, and he was dead.
Good job.
It didn't even take. It took under 5 seconds to beat him. And I beat the game, and I didn't get any achievements for it or anything because I already had the game pretty much perfected at that point.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel dirty in that aspect. But I, like, as soon as Jeff left that weekend, I got rid of all the fucking equipment, and I was like, no, this is horrible.
This is dirty.
Like, I'm a cheater. And
beater.
I'm a beater! I was just thinking that. Yeah, it was just playing with modded equipment makes it a lot less fun, but they put a lot more legendary items in with this update. Like, I found a legendary shield my first playthrough through, and it was playthrough. And it's incredible. Like, they just put a lot more stuff in, so it's a lot more enjoyable now with what they did with this last patch.
Right. I want to go to another topic. In SAO, they have to wear this helmet. I brought it up to you.
Mm-hmm.
Which puts you in a virtual reality, kind of like, sort of what Oculus Rift is. Recently, it was bought by Facebook for $2 billion. And it dawned on me.
Was it $2 billion?
$2 billion.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck you. Can we buy your company? No thanks. How about $2 billion? Sure.
You can have my children, too.
And I had a thought. In SAO, Akihiko Kaiba, the creator of it, makes everyone gives them their actual physical appearance in the game.
So it's a virtual reality game, and then they are able to put their actual the way that they look in real life. But not
initially.
Yeah.
It only happened after he switched it.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to go around this without giving too much away of what happens.
Well, yeah, just watch it.
It's hard. Yeah,
it's 25 episodes. Watch it.
So good.
On Netflix. Right. Anyway. And Facebook has bought Oculus Rift. Now the show came out in 2020.
It's in the future!
Yeah. So, I mean...
It's based in 2020.
Yeah. So, 6 years away. And we already have Oculus Rift coming out. What if Facebook eventually has the capability to take your actual appearance and
from your profile picture or something? Okay.
Gives you the option to put it in a game.
That'd be like the best avatar ever. Could you imagine that running around like World of Warcraft, like what you actually look like, just in knight armor or something?
But you have to think about physical strength as well.
I wonder if that comes into play, like in the show, like in the game, in the show, like because it's like I think maybe he did that, like their height. And
it does
in
the second part.
Okay.
But that's weirder.
Yeah, it sounds a lot weirder.
Oh, we'll get to it.
Okay. Eventually.
Yeah, so that's a little like a revelation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what if Facebook? Still waiting for a VR MMO.
Please.
Speaking of, I want a Borderlands MMO RPG because I feel like that would be really fun.
I think they should do it anyway, just because they have the capabilities for it.
Like, imagine, it's already kind of like that when you get the guns and the special guns and the shields. It's already kind of like that.
But if they had it just like, it's already a wasteland. It's already pretty much a sandbox game, right?
Yeah.
So you just...
Pretty much.
You just need to make it online.
Yeah.
They really don't need to do anything else. They just need to make servers. And I think that's their biggest problem.
Well, Gearbox.
Yeah.
And...
Oh my god.
Gearbox and...
I keep going to Valve, but it's not Valve.
No.
I keep thinking of Gears and then I think of Valve's.
I forget. Anyway.
I don't know, because I didn't like Borderlands.
Really?
Either of them.
Really?
Yeah, I thought they were really boring. Because
I thought you loved them, or at least two.
No, I liked it up until you got to fight you had to fight like a giant psycho something, whatever, the guy that runs at you with like the cleaver. Yeah. And then you run out of ammo like that, and then you have no money. And you can't, and it wasn't enjoyable for me because I spray a lot with guns. Well, so I would run out of ammo really fast, and then I would have no money, and then I restarted that game probably 11 times.
Brilliant.
And every time I picked 0, because he just
seems like the most badass.
He's just seemed like the most badass.
I picked him for the PC version I have, but on my Xbox I'm Axed, and I think is his name.
You gifted me a version of Borderlands on PC, and I don't have a PC. I play on a Mac.
Oh right, I did.
I have
That's
it.
Right.
So whenever I get a PC,
that's right.
Just need to get a job first.
Yeah. I mean,
whatever.
I can build you a cheap one.
I still have the specs for the one that you bought me, and that one wasn't even that bad.
I can get cheaper than that. I can get it like under $1,000.
I like the one that I have right now, just because even though it is a Mac, I can edit on it, so it's really well for the videos that we do. But it runs like the only thing I really play on PC is Diablo, and it runs it beautifully. So I don't really mind it.
Well, speaking of Borderlands, they're coming out with another game because they were like, "We're not making another game. Fuck you." It's like, "Hey, new game." It's a pre-sequel, which means it's between 1 and 2, and it's set on the moon.
Interesting.
Yeah. And one of the characters is Claptrap.
Oh, that's so cool. That's cool. That I guess.
That killed myself.
But I don't know. I never really got into Borderlands. I know the one thing that I did want to bring up, I don't know if you'd heard about it, and I'm pretty sure everyone has heard about it by this time. But did you hear that Destiny is going to have dedicated servers for everywhere in the world?
Except PC, because fuck PC. Destiny's a
Oh my god, it's going to run so beautifully.
Yeah, but fuck PC. I went into a rant. I looked it up. And back in my day, when I was a kid, they started games on PCs and then downgraded them to console.
Yeah, a lot of games aren't going to PC now.
Like, imagine Destiny on a PC. No.
Oh, well, no, I do the same thing all the time. Like, well, okay, by all the time I mean like with Diablo, because that's pretty much all I play. Right. But the other day I was just curious. So like I had started a new game again because I wanted to go through another quest, just because I have no life, and I was like, you know what? I want to do a side-by-side comparison. So I turned on my TV. There is no comparison. Like the computer is fucking here, and Xbox is
Don't you have like
here.
2 GPUs in there?
Yeah.
2 little ones.
I got the one upgraded. My friend put in one. He put in like a NVIDIA GeForce something for me.
Do you update the drivers?
Think it was. I don't do anything.
You really should.
I just update it when it tells me to, because I don't really know how to do anything with a Mac.
I think it'll work.
Macs so much difficult.
Go to the NVIDIA website. You got to figure out what card you have in there, and then download. It'll be different for Mac and PC. Mac and Windows.
He had to do a whole bunch of stuff because Macs are so finicky about what kind of graphic card you put in it. I was surprised he even got an NVIDIA to work. Right. Because, it's Mac. I
think NVIDIA works better than AMD's when it comes to
anything.
Well, AMD's have their place. Like, I want AMD processors over Intel's because it's better price to performance.
For like watching a movie, maybe.
No, dude, like it really bugs me because I like the Intel ROG Asus motherboards a lot, and they only have one that I like for AMD cards, and it's also 2 years old.
Okay, well that's not that old, but and in terms of that kind of stuff, it's
Formula Z Maximus 4. Is the motherboard. It's black and red. My whole PC is going to be set to be black and red.
And mine's going to be blue. Or purple. Or blue and purple. Blurple.
That's why I threw in a few purple LED fans
I found LEDs that I want. Yeah. That can rave. Jesus. Blue and purple rave in my PC while I'm doing something. It'll just be pitch black in my room, and then I'll just be...
What was I talking about? We're talking about what?
Go ahead. I have something I wanted to tell you.
All right.
And I don't know if it's real, but I'm gonna flip a shit if it is real.
Yeah, like AMD cards. Well, they were cheaper. Now the R9 290X is equal to the 780. It used to be $150 cheaper, and then they were the price kept going up, and it's just like, now it's not worth it, because that was the original card I wanted, but that card also got really hot because it's not even that great of a fan, right? And the reference cards didn't come out yet, and they are better, especially the I'm an Asus fanboy, so
I like some of their cases though, especially.
They
have some really nice sleek black ones
right.
that I like. I've never really looked into them though, just because their laptops at least didn't impress me.
I actually want the new Razer laptop.
Yes.
That thing is a tank.
Yes, it is.
That thing is
it's
a really
sexual
nice,
looking.
really nice. Got some good shit in that. I would want it.
But I was going to tell you, I don't know if this is real.
Right.
I don't know if it came out years ago and I'm just a noob and didn't see it. I don't know if it's real. But I saw this thing. I don't know where I was. I think I was on the Battle Station thing on Tumblr, and I was just like, oh, I'm going to look up cool PCs on Google.
Yeah.
So I just Googled it. There is this one that is encased in, like, a clear glass, like plexiglass. So it's easy to take apart, but it's watertight, and it's a clear case, and it's a fish tank on the outside.
That's fake.
Okay, good. I was hoping it was, because anyone that does that with that type of equipment is fucking stupid.
Like, it was a fish tank with computer parts in it.
Yeah, and it looked like it was watertight.
Yeah, it's fake.
Well, like, the plexiglass covered everything else. I don't know. I didn't see any way how it was possible, unless, you know how you can see inside it, unless you just, like, kind of did that, and they had this much space to live in.
I mean, look at the Steam boxes. They're going to fit everything in, like, one compartment.
You know what? I looked at that thing, and it really reminded me of... Have you watched Jobs yet?
Yeah, Jobs is incredible.
Oh my god, I watched that movie 2 times in like 24 hours because I was so impressed. It was so good.
Excellent.
Ashton Kutcher did a bang-up job, and he looks exactly like him. That's scary how much they look alike. It was incredible. But how they put everything in a box this small, and they were like, it needs to be this small, it needs to fit in there. I feel like Steam is going with that same thing, and they're like, it's going to fit in a box this big, and if it's not, I'll kill you. And they're doing that kind of thing, but they're pulling it off beautifully. From what I've seen, it's going to look really nice. But I don't know how much of an impact it's going to have on people, just with the way they kind of are running in the wake of the Xbox One and PS4 at this point. And, you know, all these... And you and I are different because I don't want to say we're mature and older, but we understand how consoles and PCs was different. Yeah. But all these kids that play, you know, all the COD fanboys, they're like, yeah... Console. So they're buying Xbox One and PS4. And Steambox is just like, we're here too.
We're here too.
And I feel like that's for people who enjoy the beauty of a game, not just a shitty game like Call of Duty.
Yeah. Also, upgradability.
Absolutely.
But I did want to mention something about Xbox One. They're talking about backwards compatibility.
Okay, here's what I want to know about that. Is that going to come out on a new console?
I think so.
Yeah, exactly, which means I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Because I got the first one.
I think... Oh.
It's fucking dumb. I wish there was a way that, you know, I might just, like, hit mine with a hammer and send it to Microsoft and be like, fix this. And by the way, while it's there, make mine fucking backwards. Because it can't be that hard. With the size of that thing?
I think the only thing it is a disk drive.
Yeah.
Or I might be wrong.
I don't know. Who gives a shit? They should have done it at fucking launch.
Well, no.
I don't understand why you wouldn't. Like... Xbox 360 was backwards compatible.
It is?
But PS3, yeah. At least I don't know if ours are, because we have the skinny ones, but the first Elite that came out, which was the first black one that came out that wasn't white, that one was backwards compatible, because I used to have them when I used to play, some racing game. I don't even remember what it was called. But it was originally on Xbox. I used to play Halo 2 as well. And that was fine, but then they make it smaller and they sacrifice things. When the PS3 first came out, backwards compatible. I have the PS3 Slim. Nope.
Right.
But it can play Blu-rays. Why wouldn't you just make it so it can... Whatever. I don't know. I don't care. But like, it's disappointing, especially with the PS3, because you have to wait for things. Like, it's okay. I'm okay with it now because I know they're making it. But like, I bought a PS3 because I was like, oh, I like PlayStation Classics, and they had the Jack and Daxter, like, original. They made them in HD, and they did the same thing with Sly Cooper. Sly Cooper is one of my favorite game series.
Yeah.
But then I wanted to play Kingdom Hearts, and I was like, oh, wait, it doesn't work. But now they're making it, like, HD, and they're putting it out for the PS3. They're coming out with Kingdom Hearts 2.5 this year. And I'm okay with that, but, like... It was crappy because I bought a PS3, and then about a year later, I went out and rebought a PS2, which was only like $18, but it was so I could play these games, and it's just like, well, just make this all into one console, and I'll actually love you.
I think they're doing that with the PS4, where they have this system where you can download older PS.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Games.
Which is nice. I like that.
One game I played on PS2 that was absolutely incredible. It was
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
I actually played that on Xbox.
Really?
I had Xbox before PS2. In fact, I sold my Xbox original to buy a PS2
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, oh, there are more games on it. Little did I know, because I was like 8.
Yeah.
I bought this game, Ace Combat. Oh God, I forget. It was Ace Combat 4, and it was one of the best games I've ever played.
Yeah, it was the one where the guy had like the full gold like mask on, and he was just flying the jet over destruction and stuff. Was that like the cover of the case? Because I think I remember seeing that like every time I would go into GameStop as a kid.
It was an F-14 over water, and I think there was a carrier and then an F-4 Phantom in the back of it.
Okay, so it's not the game I'm thinking of. I think the game I might be thinking of, I think it was called Hawks.
Hawks, that was it.
Okay.
That was it. I never played Hawks, but I do want to try it out. And let me tell you, the new one came out. The new well, it's not new. The Ace Combat game, the newest one, is absolute dog shit.
Yeah, I watched you play it, and it just looked wonky and bad.
Cameras, it's pretty much endless waves, a cinema. It's pretty much trying to make a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And endless. Did I mention endless waves? Like, oh my god, 30-minute missions. Camera's awful. It's just there's no FOV on PC, so you're locked in at this really close angle, and it's just terrible.
It's just hard to watch.
And the mouse is not. It's not like the thing. You have to use the fucking WASD or the up and down.
Control it?
Yeah, to
That's
go
dumb.
left, right.
That's
it's like,
dumb.
Like, why would you do that?
I feel it'd be so much more sensitive on the mouse. You can just...
Dude, I wish it was. I would be so much better. And yeah. Right. What else is there? Want to talk about Mayhem?
Sure, I'll talk about Mayhem.
All right. Mayhem was announced.
Mayhem Festival Uproar. Well, Rockstar.
Rockstar.
Fuck
right.
yeah.
Fuck yeah. Was released, and I am absolutely not happy with it.
He's not. I am.
Right.
He does not like. Well, I'm not gonna say that. He likes some of the bands there.
Yeah.
But my favorite band is Avenged Sevenfold, so I'm psyched about that. I like Korn, and I love Suicide Silence. So right there, that's all good for me. But a band like it just doesn't. It doesn't go.
It's not. Yeah.
It's
There's
bad.
some bands like there's Asking Alexandria in there. They don't belong.
Again,
they don't belong there.
No.
Miss May-I does not belong there.
No.
Someone could argue Veil of Maya does. Sort of. I mean, Born of Osiris was there last year, and they were all right. I wasn't. I was over. The stage was over here where they were playing, and I was over here waiting for Machine Head. So I looked over here, and from what I could hear, the sound was not that great.
Well, see, you could argue that. You said it was Veil of Maya, right?
Maya.
You could argue, whatever it is. Yeah. You could argue that they don't belong there, but even though Born of Osiris is there last year, you could argue that even though they didn't belong there, Motionless in White did not belong there last year. No. Not at all. That was just random as shit.
But, well, last year wasn't that great either.
You said you didn't like Rob Zombie, and I was shocked.
He bores me. Like, I don't like his...
His music isn't that great, but I heard he was theatrical as shit.
He's a good performer. Okay. I'm not going to say that.
See, no, his music it's not as heavy and fast as somebody who's like a Monomarth. I would much rather go and watch a Monomarth.
Their stage was cool. They had a bucket shit.
Yeah, Chris showed me the pictures of it. It looked really cool as shit. So I feel like that was fun to watch. But if I'm not mistaken, Rob Zombie came on after a Monomarth. He was at least 1 or 2 acts after them.
It was a Monomarth, 5-Finger Death Punch. Then I think Rob Zombie finished.
See, going from somebody as fast as Monomarth and 5-Finger Death Punch to going to Rob Zombie is just... It's dumb. You're going from... it like Rob Zombie has weird sounds and it works with what he does and his look and everything. But it like putting that after something as fast as them is shit. Right. It's going to get boring.
Speaking of Mayhem this year, there's some other bands that... Ice-T's going to be there? I haven't heard...
Never even fucking heard of that.
Body Count with Ice-T? I've never heard of that.
Body Count I have heard of just because they made a song when Gears of War came out, they made a song called "The Gears of War," and it was about the game.
Yeah.
Which was cool, and it was rapping, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was rap.
It's
but,
pretty much
pop, whatever it is. It all sounds like.
I mean,
shit
Korn's
to me.
there, so.
I like Korn. I like Korn.
Their first album.
Now that I'm gonna mess up his name. I think it's Head.
Head.
Yeah.
That's
well,
his name.
His name's Brian. But
Brian Head.
He left the band for a long time, right? I think it's Head. I don't know. If it's wrong, kill me. I don't care. Fucking sue me. But he left the band back in like 2007.
Yeah.
And all of them are clean now. Actually, back in like 2006, 2007, they were all on meth and stuff.
Nice.
And he had a daughter. She's actually, I think she's like 15 now.
Okay.
But he had a revelation, and actually, it really shocked me because Korn is not the heaviest band in the world. They're not anything else.
Yeah.
But I bought their latest album, and on it, it was like a deluxe edition. It came with like interviews and stuff. And he was like, "Yeah, I left the band, and I was close to dying, and I found Jesus Christ, and I'm back and everything." And it shocked the shit out of me.
It really happens.
But I was like, I never to be like, "Yeah, I go to church every single Sunday." Like when you told me, and see, I don't know their names, but the dude from Slayer, you were like, "Yeah, he's an avid Christian." And I was like,
and Megadeth, Dave Mustaine is a big Christian
really?
too.
See,
Yeah.
I wouldn't guess it. And I guess that's wrong of me for judging people by how they act or whatever.
There's worse people than you.
You know what the best would be is this fucking As I Lay Dying dude. Fucking
Tim Landis.
He just comes back and he's like, "Yeah, Jesus told me to do it."
Did you hear what he did?
He actually did kill his wife.
Not that I'm aware of.
He's clearly on steroids now.
That already happened. He's
so big.
He made a message. He has control of the As I Lay Dying Facebook page, I believe.
Isn't he in prison?
He's in prison.
And he has control of it?
He runs the page. He wrote a letter saying what the band's doing and how they're going to continue. And everyone else in the band, all the other 4 members, were like, "Yeah, disregard that."
Fuck off.
They got the O Sleeper vocalist. I don't know his name, but he's now, from what I hear, he's going to be working with them. I heard a clip. I wasn't that thrilled.
See, that's the same way with me and the new guy from Suicide Silence.
Eddie Hermida is really good.
I'm not saying he's not good. I appreciate what he's going to do for the band, but I did not appreciate him covering You Only Live Once. Sounded like shit.
He had to.
I understand that, but No, like they put out like a non-live version of it too. Like he recorded it in the studio, and it's just, it doesn't hold a candle to what Mitch can do.
Well,
nobody can do what Mitch does. He was fucking insane.
You have to then say, all right, who's going to be best?
I understand. I'm happy they're moving forward though too.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that.
Personally, I'm a Phil Bozeman.
He is so fucking good, except for that new song.
The new album, new Whitechapel album, I'm not excited for. And I'm a big Whitechapel fan. Right. But his performance with Suicide Silence is probably one of the best, if not better.
I think he was like one of the him and like 2 other people there. 3 out of like the 20 people that performed at his memorial show were like the only ones that didn't have to cuff. Everyone else was cuffing the shit out of the fucking
He
mic.
cuffed a little bit for doing the...
He can get so deep though. It's ridiculous. Deep. It's so cool. And I like every time I see him perform, like I watch a lot of live performances on YouTube. I swear to God he's gonna pass out. He gets so fucking red. Right. Like it's just, and that fucking vein that pops out of his head. He's gonna like die. But
there's a concert I want to go to. Still waiting for your approval. It's
my approval. I don't know if I'm gonna be. I don't know if I'm around or not. I would love to go. I would love to see Whitechapel.
Devil Driver, Whitechapel, Carnifex, Rivers of Nile, local band that I love, and Fit for an Autopsy. And I think that's all the bands that are. That's a really good show in my opinion, and I would love to go. That's a show I would want to go to, and that really doesn't happen all that often for me. And still waiting for Summer Slaughter. That might be good from the rumors I've heard.
I'm going to Warped Tour. And really, the only reason I'm really going is to see Of Mice and Men. And then on a totally different note, on music that's not even sounding the same, I want to see We the Kings too. Just for Charles, though. And you have no idea who that is. You have no idea who it is, but I want to see Charles Trippy.
Trippy.
I love him. He's so cool. But I'm so sad because him and his wife are...
It happens.
Oh, not to them! I'm crying! I'm gonna die here.
Brant.
Alright, you wanna end this shit?
Okay.
It's not shit. It's beautiful.
Lick my cunt.
Jesus Christ! Well, that's getting cut!
No, it's not.
I want to put a beeping sound over it then.
Please be aware that we are very vulgar people, and if you cannot handle that, then get the fuck out. Faggot.
That's getting cut too. Alright.
Love you long time, BB.
Well, until next time, keep an eye out for other videos. I guess I'll start doing playthroughs and shit.
And I won't, because I don't have a computer that can handle anything.
You can't record at all?
I mean, I don't think... Like, if my old computer couldn't handle recording or live streaming, that won't.
Alright, well, get ready for a Diablo playthrough from me. Because that's all I play.
And I'll lick my knife.
Probably gonna do it on Xbox, though, because I don't think my computer can handle recording and Diablo at the same time. It'll fucking blow up. Alright, so until next time, I'm Jake.
Listen to Fisthammer. And I'm Mike.
It's Mike. See you later.
Bye.
Thanks for watching. We appreciate it, and we love you. Please subscribe, too. Bye.